afternoon. Here is the news afternoon first. The highlights. Lagos State government targets about 18 million residents as vaccination against preventable diseases kicks off on Saturday. Federal government to invest $2 billion in 90 kilometers fiber optic project in the country. Unwarranted North Korea blows up roads near South Korean border as tensions soar. And in sports, Flamingo's head coach pledges to deliver as the Under-17 Women's World Cup kicks off in Dominican Republic. And now the details. I am Mike James. The Lagos State government says no fewer than 18 million residents are expected to be vaccinated for preventable diseases under its non-polio supplemental immunization scheduled to start on Saturday, October 19. The supervising permanent secretary of the Lagos State Primary Healthcare Board, Abimbola Bowale, stated this at a media orientation on non-polio supplemental immunization organized by the state's Ministry of Information and Strategy as a way of increasing awareness on the forthcoming vaccination. According to Bowale, 85% of people from 9 months to 44 years will be given yellow booster doses, while other vaccines will be administered too. Bowale said children within the ages of 9 to 18 months would receive measles vaccine, HPV vaccine against cervical cancer that cover from 9 to 14 years, and polio, among other routine immunizations. The immunization exercise, which will be held in all 57 local government development agencies of the state, is in partnership with the United Nations Children's Fund, UNICEF. The 2024-2025 cohort of the Lateef Jakonde Leadership Academy, LJLA, have officially commenced their ministerial placements, a key component of the Academy's leadership program that offers them a unique opportunity to gain practical experience by working under the direct mentorship of senior government officials in ministries, departments and agencies, MDAs across various sectors of the Lagos State government. Designed to deepen their understanding of public administration, policy implementation and leadership, the MDA rotation aligns with Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu's commitment to sustainable development. Through this initiative, fellows are exposed to real-world governance challenges and strategies, equipping them with the tools to make meaningful contributions to the state's future. In line with the Academy's mission to groom future leaders with a deep understanding of governance, Lagos State Head of Service, during the official meeting with the fellows, encouraged them to maximize the experience. And also Executive Secretary LJLA Aisat Agbaji Okwade expressed her gratitude to the head of service for his unwavering support of the Academy's objectives, urging the fellows to make the most of this unique learning opportunity. Minister of Aviation and Aerospace Development, Festus Keyamo, says 5 airports are set for concession. Keyamo spoke when he received the Regional Vice President of the International Air Transport Association, IATA, in Africa and the Middle East, Camille Audi, at the ministry's headquarters in Abuja. He identified the 5 airports as Nnamdi Azikiwe International Airport, Abuja, Murtala Mohammed International Airport, Lagos, Port Harcourt International Airport, Aminu Kano International Airport, and Akanu Ibiam International Airport, Enugu. The minister thanked IATA for offering an advisory role to Nigeria and for coming at a crucial time when the concession is about to take off. According to him, Nigeria is the aviation hub for Africa and the world at large. But the level of infrastructure decay within the aviation industry calls for urgent action. He called on investors to avail themselves the opportunity in the sector, saying that Nigeria's aviation industry is ripe for both local and foreign investors. In his response, Audi said the visit was to indicate IATA's willingness to offer an advisory role to Nigeria at no cost in the concession process. And now to the rest of the story. The federal government has announced plans to invest $2 billion to deploy a 90,000-kilometer fiber optic project in the country. The project is designed to expand Nigeria's fiber optic cable capacity from 35 to 125,000 kilometers to boost terrestrial fiber optic backbone in Nigeria. Minister of Communications, Innovation and Digital Economy, Bosun Tijani, stated this in Kano on the sidelines of a facility tour of the vandalized Digital Innovation Park. Tijani said the investment would provide meaningful connectivity to communities, ensuring that schools, hospitals, government establishments, and businesses thrive in a digitally connected environment. According to him, it will also accelerate growth across critical sectors of the economy, including education, health, and agriculture. It will be recalled that IRIT youths vandalized the model park during the nationwide protest in August. Abia State Government says it has commenced the disbursement of interest-free loans to 302 youths trained on agricultural ventures in the state. Commissioner for Information and Culture, Oki Kanu, stated this during a press briefing on the outcome of the State Executive Council meeting at the Government House, Umuahia. Kanu said beneficiaries of the loans were sponsored for the training program as part of the government's measures to boost food production in the state. He said the state's Ministry of Agriculture would ensure that the disbursement of the loans followed due process to ensure that the purpose for disbursing the funds would be realized. Today is International Day for Rural Women. The International Day for Rural Women, first established by the UN General Assembly in its resolution 62-136 of 18th December 2007, recognizes the critical role and contribution of rural women, including indigenous women, in enhancing agricultural and rural development, improving food security, and eradicating rural poverty. This year's theme, Rural Women, Sustaining Nature for Our Collective Future, Building Climate Resilience, Conserving Biodiversity, and Caring for Land Towards Gender Equality and Empowerment, highlights the pivotal role rural women play. On this day, rural women are honored for their contributions as agents of health and empowerment in their communities, working towards a more sustainable and equitable future for all. And now to foreign news. North Korea has blown up the northern sections of the Seoul roads that connect it to South Korea. According to South Korea's military, some parts of the road north of the military demarcation line dividing the two countries were blown as the military fired one in shots south of the demarcation line. Seoul has warned on Monday that Pyongyang was preparing to blow up the roads. Tensions on the Korean peninsula have risen since North Korea accused its neighbor of sending drones carrying propaganda leaflets over the country's capital, Pyongyang. And in sports news, Flamingos head coach Bankole Oluwokere has promised to return home with the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup trophy from the 2024 edition of the Cadets Championship, which kicks off on Wednesday in the Dominican Republic. Oluwokere thanked Nigerians for their support during the qualifiers, urging them to keep supporting the team's quest to lift the elusive trophy. The Nigerian team arrived at the World Cup venue on Sunday following a 10-day intensive training camp in Santiago, Dominican Republic, where they were forced to a 1-1 draw by the Mexicans in their only test game at the facility. Oluwokere explained the importance of the game, which he said gave them an inkling of what to expect in a competition, noting that it helped the girls overcome the inferiority complex and a bit of fear factor. The Flamingos are expected to open their campaign against New Zealand on Wednesday, October 16, take on Ecuador for their second game 3 days later, and round of preliminary assignments against the Dominican Republic on October 22 at Estadio Felix Sanchez, Santo Domingo. And that was our news at 12, but just before we go, always carry out proper and adequate checks on your vehicle before setting out. You can follow us and like all our various social media platforms on X, Traffic Radio 961, Facebook, Lagos Traffic Radio 96.1 FM, Instagram, Lagos Traffic Radio 961. Subscribe and watch our news and programs live on YouTube, Traffic Radio 961. And you can also visit our website, www.trafficradio961.ng. Did you know that the Sanwo-Olu administration supplied 86,000 dual furniture sets to 775 public schools? Well, you can get details on the Lagos State Government website, and to end the news, here are the highlights of the major stories. The Lagos State Government has stated that no fewer than 18 million residents are expected to be vaccinated for preventable diseases under its non-polio supplemental immunization scheduled to start on Saturday, October 19. The federal government has announced plans to invest $2 billion to deploy a 90,000-kilometer fiber optic project in the country. We also told you that North Korea has blown up the northern sections of the Suez roads that's connected to South Korea. And in sport, Flamingos head coach Bankole Oluwokere has promised to return home with the FIFA Under-17 Women's World Cup trophy from the 2024 edition of the Cadets Championship, which kicks off on Wednesday in the Dominican Republic. And for contact with the newsroom, send a message to info@trafficradio961.ng. That ends the news broadcast compiled by Abiola Fagbolagun. Thank you for listening, Lagos. Beautiful Tuesday afternoon, quite sunny out there. It's now time for me to step aside. Let's have the duo of Micah Arocha and Timotokbe Peterside for lunchtime workout. My name is Mike James. Bye for now.